For parents living with autoimmune disease, fear about passing something on to your kids. In my case, knowing already that I've passed some things on to my kids, that weighs heavy on me. So how do you suggest navigating those concerns?
With a lot of grace. I think that we need to recognize that, and I know for some people this sounds so different. Genetics are not something we control. These things happen at random. Some people are very comforted by that. Some people are like, well, it still doesn't change reality. But first and foremost, I would say that there is so much burden and pressure to be a perfect parent when the reality is we're doing the best we can with the information we have. I think that when it comes to the equation of heritability, parents, I hope, do feel that sense of relief in knowing that their risks are not maybe as high as they might be perceived or as high as it might look when you initially look at a paper. With regards to the sense of guilt that a lot of parents can feel, I think it's so important as providers to sit with parents in that feeling and to really understand how is this manifesting, and to be present with our patients first and foremost. Then with time and depending on the specific situation, I think it can help so much to talk to other parents and other groups and to not isolate ourselves, but to recognize that if we reach out, we're going to find that there are so many other people in our sphere that have rare conditions, that have autoimmune conditions. There's 10% of Americans live with a rare diagnosis. And it doesn't sound quite right. Like, how does that work if it's rare? But there are so many. And there's such, while it can feel like this is so much, I hope it really takes away from this feeling of like isolation, that we're not living in a vacuum, but there's a lot of other supports and people around. So that would be some of the considerations that I would take into account for a parent wondering about this for their own child.